Hey y'all, it's your girl 𝒊𝒏𝒂𝒊𝒆𝒔, and today I need to vent, okay? Because clearly I'm late. I didn't realize things were as dire as they are until I went on TikTok. What are you talking about, Sammy girl? So here's the thing. I've been actively avoiding the TikTok space just because I don't want to be like flooded with short ass videos over and over, you know, attention span, all that kind of thing. However, I decided to, you know, go over there and peruse because I'm trying to grow my presence on social media all across the board, right? Okay, cool. As a result of me tiptoeing into that space, Lord. Okay, so it looks like their algorithm works like if you watch a video entirely through, then they're just going to keep flooding you with more and more of those same kind of videos. So I made the unfortunate mistake of watching one of those relationship podcasts and segments. And Lord, ever since, all I see on my feed is either that or the dancing or hair stuff. Every other video is either a male podcast or a female podcast talking about why it's so impossible to date. And I'm like, okay. Now here's the thing. It only bothers me this much because it's Black people. It's our people in these spaces having these conversations. And on the one hand, I think it's important for us to really dive deep and discuss, like, why is it so crazy for us? Like, why can't we find partnerships that are healthy? Why is it always struggle love? You know, we need to do better. I appreciate that sentiment. However, on the other hand, it's like, that's not really the energy I'm getting from it. What I'm really getting is a lot of finger pointing and chastising and like shaming of the other gender about why they're not competent enough to be in a relationship, why they're not worthy of each other's times and that kind of thing. And that really bothers me. Like, it's just so okay, so for example, I saw this clip the other day from Brittany Renner. Why do I even know who the fuck that is? Like, that's not even my realm of people, and yet I know who she is because of these types of podcasts.
And lying to yourself. Like, oh, I can't have sex without being emotionally tied. Dude, I can you and literally not think about you the next day. Stop giving yourself that much credit.
But no, hold on. Let go. Why can you do that? Why?
The same reason you guys can, because I'm not in tune with myself. That's why.
And she said it like it was a point, like it was a badge of honor to be a woman in this world who is disconnected from herself. And for that reason, you have the ability to have meaningless sex with as many people as you want. And that's just one example of the type of conversations I see. Okay, for example, I'll see like women speaking on their plight as to why it's so hard for them to be vulnerable, be soft, be in their feminine form when they're dating because they don't feel safe, or anytime they were in that version of themselves, they got cheated on, they got lied to, they got taken advantage of. And for that reason, they create this armor around themselves. Like, you know what? I'm just going to protect my heart from everybody. No one deserves to see my soft side. No one deserves to experience my feminine powers because I've been hurt, right?
I was conversing with this queen, right? She was like, all right, now I hope you can handle me. And I was like, huh? She said, yeah, I hope you can keep up. You know, I like my man apply pressure. And I was like, you apply pressure to wounds. You know what I'm saying? You apply pressure to cuts and stuff that's bleeding. Like, why do I need to apply pressure? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you wounded?
And then on the other side, I see men saying stuff like, well, all these women are so masculine, they're so aggressive. They don't know how to be soft and tender with us. But every time we go home to them, they want to argue. And why would we want to deal with that? We may as well go across to Asia and find a broad over there, because at least they'll cater to us without complaining about it. And I'm just here like, bro.
And I've had good relationships in my life, but I have never felt like a king or got true king treatment until I went out of this country, where you're praised, especially as a Black African-American man. One, I'm from America, and two, I'm Black. It's like the world is yours whenever you leave this country.
How did we get here? How did we get here, and why do we choose to stay here? It's one thing to have conversations about an issue so that you can bring it to the attention of others and we can make the necessary steps to address it. But there's another thing to completely reside in that sentiment, and nowhere in your dialogue is there space for resolution. There's no space for us to make forward progression and become better people. Like, it's only about everything that's wrong with y'all. Everything's wrong with y'all. I don't fuck with y'all because of all these reasons, and that's why I act like this. That's why I treat people like this. That's why when I go on a date, I'm only thinking about what I can get from this person, not what I can give to this person. Let me tell you, I know this word has been overused, but it is toxic as as hell. It is dysfunctional, and it makes me really sad to see it because it's only with us. Like, every once in a while, I'll see a Spanish girl on the podcast, or I'll see a white girl, but who are they talking to? Black people. Who are they surrounded by? Us. Who are they talking about? Us. It's crazy. And I know, like, as far as solutions are concerned, it's hard to, like, formulate what can be done. So it's much easier to just talk shit about the problem. The way I see it is we need to start focusing more on what can we do to make this situation better. Because at the end of the day, Black women and Black men, we want to be with each other. It is like core to us. But we've convinced ourselves that because it's so hard, because there's all these obstacles in our way, that being with each other isn't worth the effort. So we may as well find another race to go whole a vibe with. And it's like, okay, yeah, dating outside of your race is an option, but it sure as hell is not a solution. Like, what? It's not a solution. Yeah, maybe you can go over there and be fetishized, because anywhere we go in the world, whether you're a man or a woman, as long as you are Black, you are like on a pedestal to them. They're so enamored by us. They're like, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Melanin, we love to see it. And they'll do all these things for you. You get the king treatment, you get the queen treatment, but do they really value you? Or do they just want to know what it's like? They just want to get close to the vibe, but they don't really value it enough to understand it the way that we do. So yeah, okay, cool. Now the conversation is like, it's so difficult to be with each other, so we just not gonna be with each other. And it's like, bro, I can't. Like, I really can't. It really drives me crazy to keep listening to that kind of rhetoric. It really does. It's so disheartening. It's like, the shit is so crazy. So, okay, what I'm gonna try to do is position each party's point of view in a way that's like, you know, this is what the struggles are for you and I. So let's see if we can find a mutual ground, right? All right, so as far as women are concerned, ladies, I know a lot of us are deeply desiring to be in our feminine, to really relax into it. We want that. We truly do. But the truth of the matter is, being fully in that essence and being a functional member of society, it is a hard thing to juggle, because in order to thrive in this world, you gotta be more in your masculine. You have to be a go-getter, and it's not our nature. So we are constantly going against our nature to be that. And that translates into relationship problems, because now you have to be so hard, you have to be so rigid, you have to be like this. And then when you come across someone that you like, someone you find attractive, you want to try a thing, whole a vibe, it's hard for you to let them in, right? Ladies, can you relate? It's hard for you to be vulnerable. It's hard for you to be soft. You feel so exposed because you're like, what if they don't like me in this form, you know? Because in order for me to be successful, I gotta be like this. So what if they don't like it like this? You know, it's just like a scary thing for a lot of women. And truly, I think it's a trauma response to all the shit that we've been through. And in all honesty, we need to stop being so comfortable being in our trauma form. We need to start making an active effort to heal ourselves, because we are the most powerful version of ourselves when we learn to tap into the truth of our essence and stop trying to hide it from the world as a defense mechanism. Like, they don't deserve to see it until they do X, Y. Like, nah, be it, and attract the people who value it, as opposed to being on some I'm gonna be rah until I find a nigga who can make me soft. Nah, that's backwards. It does not work that way. For the ladies, that's for you. But for the gentlemen, for the men, I want y'all to know that Black women, we love y'all. We love our Black men so much that it hurts. It deeply hurts to hear how much disdain that y'all seem to hold for a lot of us. And I know it's not everybody feels this way and everyone has these opinions, but it is so much a part of our conversations, at least on the internet. Because in real life, nah, this is not my life. This is not what I'm experiencing. But on the internet, all you're seeing is all these men saying stuff like, I'm not gonna front, there's some truth to it. Like, they'll say, we want these kinds of women, but everywhere we look, everyone has on weave or makeup, or they're out of shape, or they're aggressive as hell. And if it's not all of those things altogether, it's at least one of those things is the experience. So from the masculine perspective, they're kind of looking at us like, why would I put myself through the ringer of dealing with a woman who has any of those qualities when I know that that translates into drama in my life, into headaches in my life, when all I want is peace, all I want is to be held, all I want is for my lady to rub my back and make me feel like I'm safe speak with her. But instead, all I get is arguments and conditions as to I have to be this way in order to deserve this level of softness and tenderness from her. So when you really sit down and listen to what is being said, what tends to happen is we hear these conversations and we feel so offended, we feel so triggered that we reject anything that's being presented. But when you really sit and listen to both sides of the equation, not just the one that placates to your point of view, listen to truly understand what we are all going through. We are all going through some shit. All of us are. And it's like we can't find enough empathy long enough compassion to see each other, truly see each other. All we see are the caricatures of each other. We can't see each other's pain long enough to care. And that's a problem. That's our Achilles heel. That is our weakness. That is what they use against us every single day. It pisses me off. It makes me sad, and then it pisses me off because it's like, how long are we going to expose our wounds? Just wear them on our sleeves like they're a badge of honor? When are we going to address them? When are we going to start healing? When are we going to start stepping into our power for real so we can really be together and really be the force that we are meant to be? All of this talking shit, I'm tired. We're tired. We get it. We get it. Dating is hard. Boo fucking who? Now what do we do about it? Now what? Because let me tell you this. I love Black men, okay? I have a relationship with the Black men in my life, whether it be my father, my uncles, my cousins, my friends, and I have always felt safe around them. And for that reason, it's hard for me to listen to all this rhetoric about Black men being bottom tier and all that kind of, I can't relate to that. But I do understand a lot of women have experienced so much trauma at the hands of a Black man that it's hard for them to see beyond that. And that is why I'm talking to you, baby girl. You need to heal. Stop being scared of being your evolved self and really tap in, because it's blocking you. It's keeping you away from what you want, and you know that you want them, so stop fronting on yourself, darling. And for the men, same shit. You're hurt too. You've been rejected. You've been misused. There are people who view you as just a thing. They just play with you. They play with your emotions. They disregard your experiences, and they just try to use you and take from you. And they don't see how much that you're exerting every single day. And let me tell you something. Although there are people like that in the world, all of us don't feel that way towards you, baby. A lot of us love to see it. A lot of us want you to be successful, want you to be your best selves. Why? Because we want that for us as a collective, not just for the individuals that we fuck with. We want all of us to do well, including you. So maybe you need some therapy too. Maybe you need to unpack. Why is it that I'm only having experiences with people who don't value me? Why can't I align with the people who do? What is it about me? Stop putting it on everyone else and put it on yourself now. What is it about me that makes it so difficult for me to attract people who truly see who I am and value me for that reason? After a certain amount of time, you are the common denominator. It can't be everyone else's fault that you're having failures in your relationship. And I know I am not perfect. I'm not a relationship guru, but I am someone who is practiced in healing myself and holding myself accountable and being real and saying, look, sis Trin, you gotta do better. You can't make it everyone else's fault. Now it's your fault. What are you gonna do about it? What am I gonna do about it? All these conversations about the modern woman don't want to be accountable, but are you accountable? Where is your accountability at? Where is it at? Where's it at? Have you been doing the work? Have you been healing yourself? Or have you just been talking about it? Listen, in the words of Monique, I love us for real, okay? I want us to do well. I want us to actually thrive and be successful. I want us to be together. And we want that too. We all want that too. Except we're not allowing that transaction to take place, because instead of finding ways to pour in, we only focus on what we can take from each other. So as far as solutions go, yes, heal, go to therapy. And when you are dating, when you are getting to know someone, or even if you're already in a relationship, start thinking, reframe your thinking to, how can I pour into this connection? How can I enhance it? As opposed to, what can I take? How much can I take before I leave? Stop looking for the exit and start sitting in it long enough to get to the good part. All right? All right, all these goddamn podcast child. Like, I saw one with B. Simone the other day talking about some Martin Luther King wasn't a good man because he cheated on his wife. No, you're upset because you've been cheated on. Stop putting that on other people. Yes, he cheated. Yeah, a lot of people cheat. Okay, now what? So because there's some men out here who are broken on some level, so they break other people, that means that you can never, ever be better than that. You always gotta meet them on their level. You're never gonna hold them up here. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I saw one the other day that was talking about how you never hear a man say something like, well, because women only use me for my money, I'm gonna stop making money, right? So why is it that you hear women say stuff like, because men have cheated on me or lied to me, I'm gonna stop being soft with them. I'm not gonna be vulnerable with them. Why would I do that? Because they take advantage of me. So you're basing your essence on the behavior of other people, and only if they act right is when you could be your true self. That's where we're at now? Baby, that ain't it. That ain't it at all. I feel a little bit better. I got it off my chest. And I know for a fact that I am not the only one who feels this way. So if you can resonate with the message that I'm putting down on here on today, leave your thoughts in the comments below. And please, please, let's do better for ourselves and for each other, because truly we deserve to have the fullness of what this connection can be. Not just a little bit, but all of it, okay? So on that note, I'm gonna head out. It's hot as hell, so I'm gonna go drink some water, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.